Okay, overlays working? Hi. It always takes at least 1 or 2 tries. To patch 4.4, I think is where we are. I was actually in the middle of doing a fashion report and recalled that I streamed today. Somehow completely slipped my mind. But that's okay. Okay. We'll teleport here, I guess. Actually, in a second, change the music volume on here. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit just for the purpose of streaming. Okay. That way we can keep it turned up a little more for cutscenes and not have the music be too loud. Oh. I was in some zones where I could fly earlier, so I kind of may have forgot that I can't fly here. That's okay. I haven't really had a ton going on today, except for, you know, forgetting that I was supposed to stream until about 30 minutes ago. That's okay. At least it wasn't like 7:30 when I just was late. Okay. I had some tabs open that I wanted to close just for performance's sake. I still am kind of on the fence about making a free company. I still think it'd be fun. But I know a lot of the benefit to that for myself and others, especially because I just have an apartment, is a free company house, and I just know that'd be such a pain in the ass to get. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I guess that just kind of depends. I really did that again, didn't I? I walked all the way here. Did something wrong. Go back. Maybe whoever that quest is from didn't pop up yet or something? I don't know. Maybe? Maybe not. We'll go try again. I feel like I remember seeing the next quest pop up when we accepted, or when we finished the last one Wednesday, so. I'm not sure if that's picking up, but Simba's having a really noisy day, so. Come here, Simba. Sorry. Maybe they just don't want me to get this quest. Yeah, okay, it was all in here. Cool. I think it's time we were going, don't you? We've done all we can done here and we have a lot to report. But before we head back to the Rising Stones, let's call in at Ralger's Reach. We should be ones to tell Lise about Xenos. After everything we went through together, we owe her that. I wish I was exaggerating when I say that Simba's been jumping all over the place today, but... Hello, the Mighty Squee. How are you doing? Have you, caught up to the point where... I know you said, I think I was a little ahead of you in the game Wednesday, maybe? Doing good? That's good. I forgot where I was going, but now I think I remember. Still ahead, haven't got a chance to play. That's okay. Right now I am just wandering around, but wouldn't want you to spoil anything, of course. I think I mentioned Wednesday that I've gotten to that point with quite a few of the streamers I'm watching because they just stream so much. And they started like significantly behind from where I was. But they're just, I mean, props to them, I guess. They are progressing very quickly. Alright, we gotta go to Ralger's Reach. I almost forgot I was streaming tonight until like 6:30, so I guess that kind of tells the energy I've had today. I don't know. think I just woke up kind of late, just kind of threw everything off. Going to alert with spoilers and such. That's very fair. I definitely would not want anybody to get anything spoiled. I know there's some people that just aren't that concerned about the story, but I'm definitely not one of those people, so I completely understand. I always forget I can actually use my mounts here. Back to the big table. Iconics, Alize, you're back. No Alvino? Good to see you, Lise. And for my strong-headed brother, headstrong brother. Good start. He's off on what will almost certainly turn out to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip to Garlemald. Gasp. It's a long story, but we have evidence that Xenos might still be alive. What? But if that's a joke, it better be a joke. It is probably not a joke, actually. All the little... I guess I wouldn't call them cutscenes, I guess I'd call them little visions. That's so Raven. Look, I know what I saw, right? We all saw it. And here you are saying he's alive and well and living the high life back in Garlemald? I know how ludicrous this sounds. I'm still having difficulty believing it myself. But while I might doubt the word of an Imperial envoy, I'm inclined to trust Meconix's. She saw the Crown Prince through the Echo in a meeting that could only have taken place in the recent past. Yep, guess so. Can't really doubt that. No, it must have been, I don't know, some kind of really convincing imposter. Xenos is dead. He had a great big hole in his neck. We buried him. That's fair. I would be doubting it if it was her, I guess. Aye, and someone went to the trouble of desecrating the bastard's grave, remember? Yeah, are we not putting those together? The hell's gilded halls? Whatever are you talking about? I think they don't remember. Here comes Thancred, oh my goodness. Thancred, what brings you to the Reach? Alphino had me lending a hand at the Saltery, keeping an eye on the rebuilding work and so on, just until operations were up and running. Now that they are, I thought I might look in on you before wending my weary way back to headquarters. Forgive me if I misheard, but is there some suggestion that the late Crown Prince could have gotten better? If so, might I suggest a quick look inside his coffin as our first order of business? Ugh. As much as I hated the man, it doesn't feel right defiling his grave. But if it will put this rumor to rest, I suppose we have to. And when there are no curious eyes about, if we can manage it. Xenos is buried up at Bloodhow in the Locks. His grave was set apart from the others and left unmarked, so as to not upset the locals. Then it shouldn't be too hard to find. Nago, you're in charge until I get back. Interesting. Where is that? We have not been there, apparently. Which means it's gonna be one hell of a walk, I guess. I guess we'll go from... Yay, grave rubbing. Right. Hello. Welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. I almost forgot I was streaming tonight, so... We're here. I like how when we left off on the last patch, I was just kind of bummed out by the story. Not like in a bad way, just like just wasn't a whole lot of like happy, nice things going on. And I was like, oh, I hope the next one, you know, maybe we'll get a little break and things will be a little lighthearted. But no, we start out with grave robbing. Having a good Friday. How's yours? I'm glad you're having a good Friday. Mine is pretty good. I woke up kind of late, I guess, and forgetful. Hence the fact that I almost forgot I was streaming. It was like almost 6:30 before I remembered. But luckily I didn't time that. I wouldn't just want to cancel it, but we're here, so I'm glad you're having a good day. I'm excited to... I think I decided on Sunday maybe was the best day for the weekend stream with the 24-man raids and all of that business. I think that's what I ended up deciding on. I'm excited for that. I think also because I wanted to check on the Jumbo Crackpot, maybe do some fun stuff there. And that doesn't roll around till 10 p.m. Saturday, so that would be kind of later in the stream. I kind of want to get that out of the way first, which just kind of makes Sunday the best day for that. Be the same time as usual though. But I'll put it up on here if that changes. If I change it to Saturday for any reason. But I'm actually really excited because we are not too far from Shadowbringers at this point. We have this patch and then the 2 parts of the last patch. I think are relatively small. In like terms of amount of quest, I'm sure they're pretty lengthy in their cutscenes and such, but I'm excited. We are pretty close. There was not as much between them as I assumed there would be. We'll have plenty of time to mess around with other stuff before Endwalker gets here. Obviously, that's such a ways away. By the time that comes around, I will be 23, so... Makes it sound like a long way away, but it's not. Nice. Nice grave. This is it. God's he'd better be in there. Someone scrawled all over the stone a while ago, but I had it scrubbed off and thought no more about it. So no one thought to check if the coffin was still occupied? Well then, we are presented with but one course of action. And we'd best be sure we are not observed in the doing of it. Shall we begin? You had so many extra words sometimes. In the doing of it. Gonna put in my bets for he's not in there.
Oh dear. We seem to be missing a corpse.
Dun dun dun.
Well, it must be somewhere. I only hope it isn't walking around.
Shock, he's gone. We totally didn't see that coming, right? Like, I remember it being mentioned a little while back that somebody, like, messed with his grave and, like, nobody checked. They saw that and they were like, I'm not worried about it. All the weird experiments they're always pulling, they didn't think to have, like, an ounce of concern until now. I feel like I get mad at the characters in this game like they're inconveniencing my actual life, but Just a little common sense for them sometimes would not hurt. If there's no corpse, then are we to conclude the rumors are true? Yeah. Not necessarily. We might still be dealing with a doppelganger of some kind. An agent could have been sent to dispose of the body in a bid to lend credence to the tale of Xenos' resurrection. More and more, however, I find myself siding with Alphino's theory of Ascian possession. Speaking from experience, I can tell you they have no qualms about taking a living host, let alone a dead one. You're saying an Ascian is walking around in Xenos' body? Seems a distinct possibility. Once I put this grave back the way we found it, I shall pay a visit to the people responsible for entering the Crown Prince. Before leaping to any conclusions, I want to know for sure if a body was ever buried here, and how certain we are that Xenos was properly dead. If he wasn't, that was some trick. He's as good as cut his own head off. Anyway, Robon needs to hear about this. If you find anything out, send word to me at Ralber's Reach. I don't know why I'm surprised. With matters settling down in Doma, we were due another crisis. That's fair. Shall we make for the Rising Stones, then? Past time we shared these developments with the others. God. When was the last time that all these characters were right about someone being dead? I was like, no, they are dead. And they're like, oh, they're not dead? Yatsuyu's not dead? Well, she wasn't. While I was waiting for you to arrive, I spoke with Ariange over Link Pearl and gave him a full report. Michelle is on her way and should be here any... Stola! Elisei Muconix. It's good to see you safe and well. What news have you from the east? Me. Disturbing developments indeed. Given all that we know, I too would conclude that an Ascian now inhabits Xenos' body. A doppelganger might fool the Crown Prince's subordinates, but Muconix? Nay, Alphino had the right of it. Would that his wisdom extended to the question of his own safety. Capable though he has become, he ventures alone into the enemy's stronghold, in the shadowy web of the Paragons, like as not. I like the arms crossed, thinking about what I've got going on there. When it comes to making rash decisions, I'm hardly in a position to criticize, but I'm worried. I just wish there was something I could do for him besides pray. Bum, bum, bum. Well, if anything, it's nice to see some characters we haven't seen in a bit. Oh boy. Starting out strong with a meanwhile, I guess. Oh, they're not going to voice this? Okay. We cannot suffer icons to exist. Was I not clear on this point? More than clear. The icon in question was summarily dispatched by the Warrior of Light. The summoner is dead, and the right beyond repeating. Everything proceeded according to plan. Every party behaving exactly as required. My methods may seem extreme, but there is no cause for concern. I work only to ensure the salvation of this star. Okay. Like they said, I'm not so sure still if that's technically him. Oh, we're not done. Okay. What are you doing fiddling with that thing? I asked you a question, soldier. Uh-oh. What are you, have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? I've lost many things, but my mind is yet my own. There upon the stage I stood, prepared to take my final bow, only to find that the finale was but an intermission. Okay. Shall I use this chance to repent for my sins? Embrace goodness and mediocrity? Nay, I think not. While the one I yearn to face yet lives, the hunt must go on. Okay. I feel like I know those eyes, but I won't say anything. Because I could be wrong. Get a title for that one? That's cool. Works for me. It's been an eventful few days, hasn't it? But I suppose all we can do now is wait for word from Alphino. I don't recall the last time I had nothing pressing to be getting on with. We should probably make the best of it. Shall I put on some tea? Oh, where is she? Tea would be lovely. You may regale me with the tale of your adventures in the Far East, and of your encounter with this new primal especially. So I guess we probably still had quests left from the end of 4.3, so I guess now we are getting to 4.4. I'll put the kettle on then. The table looks free if you'd like to take a seat. This quest really just sitting down to drink tea? Kinda nice, actually. Oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? On sitting at the table, several cutscenes will play in sequence. I don't know the last time I saw that. It is recommended. Warning for long scenes. Yeah, that's okay. We got time. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these cutscenes in their entirety. Awesome. Sit at the table? No. Alright. Get a snack, I guess. Oh my goodness, they're not voiced? My voice is gonna die. Interesting. So the Tsukuyomi was summoned in much the same manner as Susanoo, be the medium of a sacred relic. That's right. They believe their gods, or kami, reside in physical objects. Given the danger they represent, it may behoove us to begin a catalogue of such relics. But if we are to contain the threat, we will require a better understanding of the summoning method itself. I believe I shall pay a visit to Doma, and learn what I can on the subject. When that warning pops up, good things are going to happen. Yeah, I'm kind of excited, honestly. I haven't seen it in a while. A fine idea. I know for a fact that our friends in Doma would be grateful for any information which could help to prevent the further summoning in the region. I will pen you a letter of introduction. Lord Heen will wish to welcome our resident expert on aetherology. Greetings. Could it be that I'm in time for tea? I love how this is starting out like really lighthearted, but obviously because of that warning, something is going to happen. It certainly looks that way. Come on, sit down and tell us how your investigations went. Oh my goodness. I'm so nervous. Okay, we're still okay. After you left, I went about questioning Bloodhouse gravekeepers. They all told me much the same story. Once Lise and her officers had confirmed Xenos dead, his corpse was interred under strict supervision. There seems little reason to doubt their testimony on that point. When I mentioned the defacement of Xenos' grave, accounts grew rather more vague. None reported having seen any suspicious persons in the vicinity, and all assumed the act to have been perpetrated by a vengeful Alamican. Crucially, however, I was able to confirm that when the offending scrawl was removed, as per Lisa's instruction, no one involved thought to check on the contents of the coffin. By that stage, it is likely that the corpse was already missing. Yeah, why did nobody check? Assuming Xenos had not in fact risen from the dead, we are left with two possibilities. Either the body was disposed of to lend credence to the claims of an extremely committed impostor, or an Ascian has taken up residence within it. If Asahi was as fervent a devotee as you believe, he would not have been fooled by an impersonation, however committed. We must assume that we are dealing with an Ascian and proceed accordingly. Agreed. The question is, how many more such monsters are waiting for Alphino in Garlemald? Their presence was his chief reason for going. He understood the risks. I only hope he did not underestimate the extent of the infestation. Oh no. I didn't like that transition. Not one little bit. Hope Alphino's doing okay. Fades to black. Oh man. Imperial Hypersonic Assault Craft L. Master Alphino, we are making good speed toward our destination. Is Optimus? Nay, 'tis just I can see naught from my cabin and was curious to know the land over which we flew. I don't like him denying that, but okay. I'm afraid our military craft are built with little thought for such niceties. I'm happy to indulge your curiosity, however. We are presently passing over the burn on the western edge of Othard. Even with the benefit of a porthole, your gaze would have been greeted with naught but malms upon malms of lifeless earth. Okay, but let me see anyways. I've read something of the burn. It was described as a desolate wasteland, bled dry every last drop of aether. It is believed that a succession of icon summonings was responsible. When Emperor Solus first came to Othard and beheld this blight, he is said to have reeled at the scale of the devastation. He declared icons a threat to our very star's existence, and issued an empire-wide decree ordering the eradication of all such entities. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Report. We're under attack, sir. Magitech armor, no visible designation. Magitech? But who? Who do you think? All cannons return fire. Damage report. Damage bad. The main reactor's been hit. Helm unresponsive. We're going down, sir. Oh man. Damn it, they knew exactly where to hit us. All hands brace for impact. Alright, we're gonna crash. Just go ahead and take it down. What a disaster. Glad to have you back, Master Alphino. We've landed in one piece, more or less. But the air filtration system is damaged, and the ship is filling with smoke. We must gather the survivors and get out while we still can. Hi. Well, he's having a good time. He picked a good time to go. Right, I guess we're doing something. I've never had that pop up in the middle of a cutscene. And I guess it has before, but... Alright. I guess we're gonna end up in the middle of some of that at some point. Interesting. Oh my god, we're Alpha now? No, hang on, because then I can't... I don't know how to play as him. Wow. So cool. He just has 4 skills, I think. Okay, that's not bad. I'm not much to... haven't done a whole lot with mage classes. Wow. Oh, cool. Okay. It runs a little funny, but that's okay. I don't see anybody. I see them. I imagine I don't have to search for them. Oh, I guess I should... Yeah. Maybe it was going the wrong way. That's okay. No? Okay, I see them. They seem okay. Have a great stream. I'm still doing dungeons to remember how to be a tank. Okay. Thank you very much. I hope your dungeons go good. Oh. I guess that was what I was supposed to do, maybe? Destroy it. I imagine there's quite a bit to remember going back into tanking. I wouldn't really know because I have not done really any of it. There he is. Oh boy. Winds. Damoon. I'm still having the trouble of, jeez. I'm still having the trouble of these, like, instance duties running really garbage for, like, the first few minutes. And they kind of sort it out. I wish I knew what caused that issue because I did not have it before, but it's okay. But is falling asleep. I'm going to have to ask that it does. Because I clearly am about to have a lot to do. Hopefully we're past it. Not running well though. It was frustrating. Not here, not like this. Little mechanical bumblebees. Who is this man? Who in the Emperor's name? Enemies of our enemies. Introductions can wait. You are calm in a crisis, Master Alphino. Let us finish this then. Works for me. Off to a good start with things running. Sarcastically. Goodness. See, what have I been doing? I'm playing a bit more of Nier, I guess. I keep wanting to call it the first one, but I know it's technically the second one. But when it came out, I hadn't heard of the first Nier yet, so just out of habit, I guess. the carbuncle that Alphino has is really cute. And I assume that that's the carbuncle that's making those noises. Can we use that? Maybe. Maybe not. It's not. Yeah, I want it for my summoner. I think they call it a moon carbuncle. Yeah, he looks really cute. I didn't know if he was something that just Alphino had in the story or if he was something you could actually get since I haven't done much with summoner. Before you have to place a ground marker. Oh, okay. Well. My thanks. Your intervention proved most timely. He looks so small. Well, well. I did not think to meet an Eorzean in this place, let alone a Scion. You know of me, sir? Alphino's the Scion. Yes. I have some small history with your order. But I would speak of the present. Know you your assailants and the severity of your predicament? The soldiers were the insignia of the Emperor's personal guard. And I could venture a guess as to their motive. But you yet have us at a disadvantage, sir. Will you not tell us who you are? They look pretty cool. Our names are not yours for the asking. And as for our purpose, let this be your answer. An Asian mask? The face of our prey. Works for me, I guess. We must away before more arrive. Come with us or stay, but make your choice now. And should we manage the long trek out of the burn and secure passage to the capital, we would no doubt be greeted by the Emperor's guard. Indeed, we accept your gracious offer. Shadow Hunter will suffice for the present. Okay, Shadow Hunter. Come. Let us be about it. Sorry, I'm kind of having a hell of a time reading through all the dialogue today. That was interesting. I don't think I remember an opportunity we've had to play as a different character before. Unless I'm just forgetting. This is intolerable, but as much as I wish it were otherwise, there's nothing we can do for Alphino now but pray for his success. Well, that is not entirely true. While your brother journeys to Garlemald from the east, I could make my way there from Alamigo and find out what there is to be learned in the Empire's western provinces. And I'm coming with you. I can't very well sit here sipping tea if there's action to be taken. Forgive me, Alizé, but the provinces are a hostile territory, and stealth is all important. It is safer that I go alone. I can sneak well enough when the situation demands it. Don't patronize me. How exactly would that be any better? I must refuse your company as well, my friend. Formidable though you are, the success of my mission depends on our moving unnoticed. And lest you forget, you have grown rather famous. I trust you understand. Fine. Just promise you'll be careful. It seems that praying is to be the extent of my contribution after all. But I will stay behind, as I've been bid. We all have our talents. Mine just happened to involve a silver tongue and soft souls. I promise to send word the moment I learned aught of consequence. See that you notify me too. I mean to depart for Delma as soon as I find a suitable East Aldernard vessel to bear me thither. But I shall return if I am needed. Be sure to drop in whenever you're next in the area, Muconix. With any luck, I'll have a painfully detailed report from Alphino to share. You learned the Emote Ponder, and a new chapter of New Game Plus has been added. Nice. Maybe we'll be able to New Game Plus the parts of A Realm Reborn that I missed. Before Endwalker comes out, maybe. Guess we will see. Great new emote. Oh, it's an expression. Nice. Oh, Muconix. If you've come here hoping for news, I'm afraid there isn't any. Everything is exactly as it was. Ystrola is still investigating primals in the Far East, Thancred is still gathering intelligence in the Imperial provinces, and Alphino is still out there somewhere. There's been no word since his first scheduled report, nor does he respond to calls. And all the while, I'm just meant to sit around here waiting, driving me mad. She's just gonna come through the door. Begging your pardons, I bear a message from the Eorzine Alliance. Thank the gods for that. We have a visitor. Yay. I like to imagine they've been drinking tea this whole time. Especially since I think that was between little patches, so however long people had to wait between those. Welcome to the Rising Stones. If you have a message, I should be most eager to hear it. My lady, the Alliance leadership will soon convene to discuss the matter of Ascian interference, and they humbly request the presence of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Having assessed intelligence provided by the Alamigan resistance concerning the whereabouts of Xenos' remains, They too suspect Asine involvement and wish to deliberate a suitable course of action. As the foremost authorities on our foe, your orders, counsel, I would be most welcome. Of course, we should be glad to assist in whatever way we can. Almost everyone else afield, I'd say this one falls to us. By which I mean, I'm not going on my own. You'll come with me, I trust? I'd rather not. That'd be mean, even though it wouldn't matter. I don't want to hurt her feelings. There you have it. We accept the invitation. Thank you. The time and date of the meeting will be shared in due course, but I can confirm that the council will take place in Alamigo. By your leave. I somehow doubt we'll have anything useful to offer, but standing mutely at a meeting would still be better than the nothing I've been doing as of late. Let's make ready to depart, shall we? Ingrid, what's going on, man? Who said that? What's going on, Mike? Alright, just be careful on the road back, you hear? Did I hear right, Bjorn? Is Thancred coming back? Aye, that he is. Says he's acquired some important intelligence. Being in Garlean territory, though, he couldn't risk sharing the particulars in case the Imperials were listening in. So he said he'd head back as quick as he could, and to make sure someone was waiting for him in the Alamigan quarter. Understood. Mechanics and I will go. She said, please let me do something. We're bound for Alamigo anyway, and if there's sure to be some time before the council begins. Come on, let's be off. What happened to let's be about it? Let us be about it. I like that one better. Both excited and nervous for when we do the 24-man raids, but I've been pretty reassured by you guys that they're going to be fun and not as difficult as I'm making them out to be in my head, so that'll be fun. I was actually in the middle of doing a fashion report for the Golden Saucer, and I remembered I was supposed to be streaming, so I guess I'll do that later tonight once we're done with story. I imagine that wouldn't be the most exciting thing to watch me stream. I teleport there, and I'll be back in just a second, just a super quick restroom break. Will our overlays load in right the first time? Nope. Oop. Nice, okay. I don't know, a lot of people are all about fashion in this game. Yeah, I don't know, it's a lot of me like running around crafting like a dye for it and not really a lot of fashion involved, I guess, even though it's the fashion report. I'm just picking up like a random pair of sandals. I don't know. The weather had me forgetting where I was. I thought I could fly for a second. There's an ether current up there, but another time, I guess. You two are a sight for sore eyes. Now all I need is water for my parched throat. Fetch me a cup, will you? Using through Imperial territory is thirsty work. I thought he was actually gonna have me do like a quest to go get him water.
God, I needed that.
I won't bother telling you to catch your breath. Whatever brought you galloping back to us, I assume it's urgent.
Quite. Without further ado, then. After the successful uprisings in Doma and Alamigo, rebels in several other provinces were inspired to follow suit. Unfortunately, they did not fare quite so well.
Aw, no tedious quest to get him a drink. Honestly, for Thancred, I would have done it. I just kind of assumed that's what they were doing. I would have went and gotten some water. Would have been no problem for me.
The Dalmascans paid the heaviest price. For their defiance, the Emperor made a show of razing their capital to the ground, prompting many of their neighbors to abandon thoughts of resistance.
Honestly, knowing this game, what I would have expected was a quest where I had to go talk to like 3 different merchants, and 2 of them would be like, oh no, we're all out of water, sorry. And then you have to like find which one has the water. And they're hiding behind a building, like right on the edge of the quest radius, I guess.
But not all have given up on liberty. Heartened by the news of Doma's prisoner exchange, some still believe that the Empire may one day be amenable to negotiation.
And the last one would require you to go kill mobs and collect materials to make the cup. Very true. That's pretty on brand for this game. Surprised we didn't have to do anything.
We have the shinobi to thank for spreading the good word. They have worked tirelessly to keep the subjugated informed, and a little knowledge can go a long way.
There is at least a spark of hope, then.
A spark in want of kindling, yes. The Alliance has already begun supplying materiel to resistance movements abroad, many of whom would otherwise struggle to continue the fight. The support effort has been led by the Sultana and the Elder Seedseer, who have both seen enough Alamigan refugees to know the consequences of oppression. And for their troubles, they have quickly earned a reputation as folk heroes in certain corners of the Empire.
Does this mean we're gonna go meet in that cute little pond area in Gridania, maybe?
That is all
It'd be
for the
fun.
provinces. As for the Garlean motherland itself, our friends the Populares have suffered something of a setback, I regret to say. Talk is rife that Domar has summoned a primal, and the Empire's more liberal voices are being drowned out in the fearful clamour for retribution.
And who do they think orchestrated this summoning?
Oh, any but those truly responsible. Xenos has seen to that.
Makes me so angry how well thought out their plan was.
Speaking of whom,
Put the blame on us, I mean.
recovering remarkably well. Well enough, in fact, to enable him to personally tour the provinces, putting the fear of the Emperor into the hearts of any would-be dissidents.
He walks in plain sight, and none suspect him. Then it's as we feared.
Yes. An Ascian wears his skin.
That's a nice way to put it, Thancred. Wearing his skin. Image.
But it was not that which brought me here in such haste. During my time in the provinces, I learned many things. Yet at no point did I hear any report of a Doman emissary in the capital.
But Alphonse should have arrived by now. Could they be holding in there in secret?
The possibility did cross my mind, but I have reason to believe he never reached his destination. As you know, scions assigned to covert operations, such as Riol and myself, are issued special link pearls for communication in the event of an emergency. I mention this because it was originally Alphino's task to coordinate the response at headquarters, meaning he has one. And whose voice should I hear when mine recently crackled to life?
You spoke with Alphino?
Spoke with, no. I but heard his voice, and none too clearly at that. 2 words were all I could make out. The burn.
The wasteland on the edge of Otherd. Something must have happened from there. There's no time to waste. We must make for the burn at once.
I had a feeling you might say that.
And? I can't very well sit around here drinking tea if Alphino's in trouble. You said yourself that this link pill was only to be used in emergencies. So I'm going, and that's the end of it.
I'll go with her.
Oh, far be it from me to change your minds.
Mm-hmm. Loath though I am to neglect making preparations for the council, we must act swiftly before Alphino's trail goes cold. I propose we pay Hien a visit first. He's sure to want to hear about these developments, and he may well be able to advise us on how best to reach the burn. Hang on just a second. A sound plan. And Stola is in Doma, is she not? I dare say she'd join you in the search if you asked her nicely. While you see to all that, I shall go and report my findings to the Alliance. You may leave any preparations for the council to me. Thank you, Thancred. Right to Doma then. We have much more to share with you, Stola. I know now to teleport here and not walk all the way there, so. Don't worry, Jose Alfano's right here. Look. He just, changed to Pink Catboy. That is curious indeed. While other matters demand my attention at present, I shall bear what you have told me in mind. Should you notice any change, do not hesitate to seek me out. Thank you, my lady. You are most kind. Well, well. Two faces from the dim and distant past. Come now, it hasn't been that long. That's funny. Who was that you were speaking with? A local miner who supplies crystals for the rebuilding effort. Of late, he claims to have struggled to find a crystal with so much as a trace of elemental energy. Upon learning that I had some knowledge of Aether, he came seeking my counsel. Just now, he brought me one of his recent finds. It was precisely as he described, devoid of elemental energy, and eerily reminiscent of the de-aspected crystals that manifested in Eorzea in the days prior to the calamity. We would be wise to investigate this phenomenon more closely. Indeed, but on a more positive note, the locals seem to have taken a liking to you. More an interest in than a liking to, I think. The sight of a Mikote with a peculiar contraption upon her head has a certain novelty value in these parts. Any actual regard they may have for me, I owe wholly to you and the others who came before. Everyone here has been exceedingly cooperative. I am pleased to report that I have all but concluded my investigation. Simply put, by focusing one's will upon an aether-infused object of worship, it is possible to conduct a summoning. So the fact that they are objects of worship is the key. They are themselves suffused with the object, with the requisite belief. Correct. Such sacred relics as the Kojin collect obviate the need for religious fervor in this summoner. Gatsuyu being the most obvious example. She had but to associate the artifact given to her by Asahi with the divine, and it served to amplify her desires and give them form. A form nourished through the power of crystals, also provided by her brother. And thus was Tsukuyomi brought into being. Which brings me to the question of preventative measures, to which I have yet to find a satisfactory answer. At present, I know naught that will avail us, save to keep watch over the movement of relics and crystals, as if we did not have enough to keep watch over already. But I doubt you came all this way to hear that which may be perused in a report. Has something happened to Alphino? Nod. I shall join you in the search, of course. Thank you, Stola. I should be glad of your help, truly. Now, if there's nothing else, I shall go on ahead and request an audience with Lord Ian. Alice puts on a brave face, but she has little talent for concealment. We should join her at the Kian-Con. Not far from where we are, I guess. Greetings, my friend. Alice has explained all to me. Needless to say, you shall have our full cooperation in the search, even if Alphino's trail does lead to the burn of all places. That sounds cool. The region known as the Burn occupies a special place in Garlean history. Every child in the Empire is familiar with the tale. In the distant past, it was a verdant land teeming with life, but successive summonings saw it bled dry of aether and reduced to a desert. It was upon beholding the devastation that primals had wrought that Empire Solus was spurred to embark upon his crusade against their kind. The Burn offers a glimpse of the future we seek to prevent. Know you of any reason why Alphino might have gone there? Mischance. Though it lies on the route to Garlemald, it is no place to make a stop. My guess is they encountered some manner of trouble there. In any event, I am of the same mind as Alize. We have no choice but to take our search to the Burn. Given the considerable distances involved, it is best we went by bird. Guess we'll travel by bird. Eugonix and I have our yoles. Yugiri, will you ready falcons for the others? Shall gather our swiftest birds. Swift birds. Travel by swift bird. Near the House of the Fierce there is an overlook. Pray join us there once you have seen to your preparations. Make sure we are good to go. if we can make it up here. If everyone is here and possessed of a bird, let us away. Remember, our destination is a barren wasteland. There's no civilization to speak of, or 100 moms in any direction. Take care you do not lose your way. Oh boy, we got a dungeon. Before I queue, does anybody feel like running a dungeon just for fun? Of course, don't have to. Don't know if this one's particularly nice or anyone's favorite. It looks cool. I feel like it would be a cool setting. Good evening, Bowmage. How are you doing? Who is that? That's my sister. I just needed my water bottle. That was all. Good. How are you doing? Need any dungeon help? I am actually about to do the burn. If anybody wants to join, I was gonna give a few minutes in case anybody wanted to. I just unlocked it like 2 seconds ago, as you can see. You can offer help, just get out of your dungeon. Thank you, Auroros. Sure, been a long while since I did the burn. Awesome. Would you guys prefer me to do a party finder for it real quick that you could join? Like we did with Wednesday's trial? That'd be the easiest way, you think? Okay. Wednesday was the first time I did anything in Party Finder, so... Okay, yeah, I was just hoping I did that. Alright. Whatever you want is fine. I feel like since Aurora's is doing, I think we should be okay with the queue if everybody's ready. It's been a long time since I ran this. Well, I have not ran it before, so you know more about it than me. just let me know when you guys are certain on what you want to run it as, or if you're good, and then we could be on our way. Alright. Almost put us in a chocobo race. That's my bad. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Guess we did not need to worry. Has good music in here too. Nice. Well, going into this one blind too, so I mess it up. I mess everything up. Not that I really can, I guess, since I'm TPS, but right in on the birds. Swiftest birds.
Make ready, friends! We are come to the burn!
Everyone, land where you can! We must wait out the storm!
The part that we were in when we were playing as Alphino through here looked a lot more like a white desert. This seems a little more like the typical like tan sandy-ish color. Last boss is a challenge. Oh boy. Turn this down a little bit since dungeons are just kind of noisy. The music sounds nice so far though. Can't even see what we're doing. I was gonna say it seems to be performing a bit better than the last time we started a dungeon, but I don't know what it is about the first few minutes of almost any instance content I've done recently. Just loads kind of like pure shit for like a minute or two, and then it's mostly fine. I really can't wait to try out Explorer mode with the Shadowbringers dungeons. Just almost closed out of my whole game. Just traveling and dancing. Maybe my computer will actually. Oh my goodness, what? No, no, no. Sorry, I somehow opened my file explorer. Poor baby needs an upgrade. She cannot handle this game anymore. Not alongside streaming, I don't think. I have to get her some upgrades this year. I think it's time. Got some really good upgradability, especially as far as like RAM and such goes. That's good. It's kind of comforting to see a bard in the party because that's what I mained for a super long time. I have some friends getting into the game and one of them is playing Bard, and I find that really exciting because I just really like to talk about the class that I used to love. Hide? Oh. And then run away. Oh. Yeah, I didn't run out of that in time. Hurry. I understand it now. I'll know to do it next time. Oh my gosh, this is next time. Okay, maybe I understood that. I don't know. Or maybe I didn't, and you know what? That's fine too. Because it seems like it's almost over, so. Oh, jeez. I do recognize the fact that it's a pillars mechanic, though, I guess, considering all of the ones we've had that I did not realize for a moment there. Ooh. Didn't know what to do there, but that's okay. Nice. Guess I'll just finish my dance. I feel like that went pretty good for the first boss. Oh, jeez. Why do I keep doing that? This guy got a lot of AoEs. Whee! We got some loot, that's fun. Actually pretty refreshing to have a dungeon on here because we have not had one in a bit. We've had tile here and there, but which is interesting to say considering how like horrified I was to stream dungeons at first. Nice. I like how I get pretty lucky with a lot of the loot in these dungeons because like everybody pretty much already has it. Watch for the correct lane to stand in. Okay. Is that not what they were talking about? Suppose not. I'm just gonna stand with everybody. Oh. Ooh. Okay. I guess I see that now. That is the one thing that I missed about when I watched guides for all of my dungeons is I at least knew the names of the attacks that I was watching out for. So I'd say, like, you know, okay, like, I know, like, this is when he does this, and this is when they do that, and... But it's okay, because it seems like he's already mostly down. Nice. Or this one's been pretty easy going. Ooh, that worm-esque enemy is giving me terrible flashbacks to that one worm boss in which one is that one? I can't remember. I think I've purposely let the dungeon like escape my memory. What was it called? I don't recall. Anyway, I had a really bad experience in that dungeon. That people just... Of course, it's like pretty early on in the game, but... I don't know why the name is not coming to me, but... There's one with those, blocks with the faces on them that you had to... get onto like pressure plates, like a bunch of different points in the dungeon. Okay, I already have it. I'll check in a second, but Temple of Karn, yes, thank you. Oh, it's okay. The caps were well deserved for the the caps were well deserved for the experience that I'm recalling. Many weird boss mechanics. People just were not getting a hold of them. Not to say that I wasn't one of them, but I'd already ran it before, I think. I don't know, it was terrible. We wiped, like, honestly, I don't know, many different bosses. I don't remember how many times, but multiple times for most of them. Right, I remember somebody saying this last dungeon's pretty tough, or this last boss is pretty... Oh, I froze. Jeez. I don't know why, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? The dragon dissolves into mist. Help. Oh. Did not realize that someone had to help with said mist. Oh no, you're good. Eee. Ooh. That was really quick, but it was a fun pattern, so I'll allow it. Boss kicked my ass, but pretty dragon, so not mad. Oh, where'd he go? Ooh, that was cool. Nice. That was actually pretty cool. And he's like super almost dead, so. I was expecting a lot worse considering, somebody said it was difficult. Yay! GG. I like that someone spelled that all the way out. Alright, I don't need that. Sorry. Well, that went super easy breezy. That last boss looked really cool. Had some fun patterns. Very nice. Thank you for the help with that, you guys. We queued for that instantaneously, so super cool. Patch 4.4 continues. I remember it being harder. Well, that's okay. It just, because I was expecting it to be so difficult, it just is, it's nice to be pleasantly surprised instead of surprised when it's more difficult than you expected, so no worries.
Ah, there you are.
I remember being dead a lot on that last boss. Yeah, the patterns are really quick, but I think it was fun.
Between contending with bloodthirsty beasts and sand in my every conceivable place, I had begun to despair of finding you again.
I thought the last boss's model kind of looked like Itar from, I don't remember which dungeon, but he kind of looked the same. He might just be similarly shaped, but he kind of looked like him, just icy, I guess.
Do you recognize the crashed ship over yonder? Mistress Alizé and I briefly inspected it. It is the vessel that bore Master Alphino away.
But there was no sign of him, nor of Maxima and his people.
War Machina. It would seem they were involved in a struggle. There may be clues. We should split up and search the area. These were no ordinary soldiers. Over here! The insignia on this man's uniform identifies him as one of the Emperor's personal guard.
Hand-picked soldiers, answering only to the royal family.
That would explain why all the casualties are Garlean. They were fighting their own.
You're saying the Emperor was behind all this? That Alphinaud is his prisoner?
I feel like she's not one to appreciate false hope, so I'm gonna go with the first one.
We must not jump to conclusions. Besides, Alphinaud is more than capable of looking after himself, is he not?
I suggest we return to Doma to consider our options. Whatever happened here, Master Alphinaud is long gone, and any subsequent search may safely be left in the hands of the shinobi.
Where in the world are you, brother? If you die on me, I will never let you hear the end of it.
I guess we didn't really see what happened after we played as him, but can I assume he's okay? I like to assume he's okay. Oh, that was a decidedly uneventful journey. I almost found myself hoping for a sandstorm. Joking aside, I'd say our birds are due a good brush down and a treat or two, wouldn't you? Or yeah, please please give me a side quest where we can just go feed our birds. It would actually be kind of cute. I was only a little bit joking. I had hoped to steal a moment's rest after our little outing, but it would seem duty calls, or an emissary arrived in my absence. Do not let us keep you then. Actually, I was wondering if you might join me. I cannot think of a guest who could fail to be impressed by the presence of the Scions. At least none I should be happy to receive. Of course, you would think it would be useful. Thank you. Let us return to my manor then. I feel like that dungeon went by so quick. It may have just felt that way, but I feel like we just like burned through it. Oh my, that wasn't even a joke. I forgot it was called the burn. Just tore through it, I guess. Good damage and heals for sure. Yeah. Seemed like it was like over as soon as it started.
Lise, what brings you here?
no alliance business. We have a request for Doma. Well, Hian. But that can wait. They told me you were out searching for Alphino. Did you manage to pick up his trail? Well, if he wasn't at the crash site, he might still have escaped. We have to keep searching.
And we will. Alphino embarked on this journey as an emissary of Dorma, and I hold myself responsible for his safe return. I will have our shinobi in the provinces search for him as a matter of urgency. Chin up, Alize. You'll get to admonish your brother for his recklessness yet.
Well, someone has to do it.
I'm sure he's going to be fine. There is one thing I'm not sure about, though. You said it was the Emperor's personal guard that attacked Alphino's airship. But the Popularis would never have been able to arrange the prisoner exchange without Varus's blessing. So why would he sabotage his own mission?
They may not have been acting on Varus's orders. The guard answer not only to him, but to his family, the Crown Prince included.
When Yotsuyu summoned Tsukuyomi, Asahi was quick to proclaim that a dormant citizen had violated the terms of our agreement, that the negotiations had failed. And it is this version of events that is now being repeated across Garlemald. To hear the tale, one would think the prisoner exchange never took place. Plainly, someone is manipulating matters from the shadows, most likely Xenos, or whoever it is that wears his face.
Whichever Ascian you mean. We all know the nature of our adversary.
The servants of chaos are true to their name. Their meddling has cost Dorma a chance at peace. Whoever it was that loosed his personal guard, the Emperor cannot be ignorant of these developments. We must proceed on the assumption that our treaty is indeed in tatters. But come, Lys, you have journeyed far. Let me hear your petition.
Right. So the big news is that Alamigo has agreed to join the Eorzean Alliance.
It is good news.
To make it official and discuss where we all go from here, the leaders of the 5 nations are planning to hold a meeting, and we were hoping you might come too.
Know what that means? Should be getting to see Sir Emmerich.
We've already seen what we can achieve when we work together, and the Alliance hopes to work even more closely in future. They think it's our best hope of keeping the Garleans in check, and I agree.
As do I. By coordinating our efforts in the east and west, we may be able to discourage them from committing their forces to a single front. I accept your invitation. I must, however, ask for time to attend to some pressing matters here. In light of recent events, the risk of Imperial reprisals is greater than ever, and I would not leave Dorma unguarded. Ere I depart, I must shore up her defenses.
Understood. I'll let the Alliance know. We'll wait to hear from you before setting a date. The meeting's to be held at the Royal Palace in Alamigo, incidentally. Do you remember the way?
Well enough. Please assure my hosts that I will not keep them waiting any longer than I have to.
Consider it done. And thank you for agreeing to come. If we all put our heads together, we're sure to find the best way forward. For everyone.
Consider it done. My advisors and I will presently convene to discuss the matter of Doma's defenses. You are welcome to stay, of course. Had you not offered, I would have requested leave to remain. Where the Asians are concerned, naught may be left to chance. As ever, we would benefit from your experience. I thank you for coming, Lise, even if it was on official business. I'd hoped there might be time to show you the land you helped save, but I will settle for a fleeting visit if needs must. There never does seem to be enough time for anything, does there? I did get to see a little of the Enclave. Made excellent progress, I must say, and soon you'll have the chance to see how we're getting on too. Till the meeting, then. Muconix, I was hoping if I might have a word with you before I go, in private. Go on, my friend. I will send for Hakuro and the others in the meantime. Great, I'll wait for you at the docks. One of the things I've always been looking forward to the most once I started streaming, even before I was streaming when I just wanted to, was streaming something for a long time, like whether it be 24 hours or something shorter than that. I just think that'd be really fun. I'd say Endwalker, but when Endwalker comes out, everyone's just going to be wanting to play Endwalker by themselves. So, not by themselves, but you know what I mean? Maybe after we finish through Shadowbringers, do something like I don't know. I feel like a 24-hour craft-a-thon would be not very exciting. I do need to level them. Thanks for coming. Knowing you, you probably guessed what I wanted to talk about. Alisaie. She's acting as if everything's alright, but it's clear she's barely coping. Alisaie I know is overbearing, willful, and reckless. That's fine. How she deals with feeling weak. She has to keep moving or she's afraid she'll fall apart. A lot like me. But the thing about people like us is that we need someone to keep an eye on us. I had Papalymo, now I have my friends in the Resistance, and Alisaie has you in the Scions. Before you start, I'm not saying you're neglecting her. I'm sure you aren't, and I'm sure you won't, but she's a good friend, and when I see her like this, I can't help worrying. So please, make sure you give her all the support she needs, alright? Not so bad leveling crafters now with the ferment. I didn't level my crafters equal like I was supposed to. My weaver's like 60, and the rest of mine are sitting around like 30 or under. I'm not totally sure. There's a lot I'm like in the dark on, I guess, about the higher levels. Thank you, Muconix. It goes without saying, but if there's anything I can do, you only need to ask. Well, I'd best be off. See you in Alamigo. Yeah, my Weaver is 60. You're 61. And yeah, I should have taken the advice. Even my gatherers aren't equal. I should have taken very strong advice that I got to level them at the same time. Which I was starting to do at first, and then I really enjoyed Weaver. And then I was doing the Moogle Beast tribe quests, and I just kind of lost it from there. The Ferment can take them all to 80, otherwise there's Beast tribes you can do for crafting too. I did the Moogle ones for a bit, I did them Weaver. Plenty of time, that's true. I'm always in this mindset that I'm like running out of time for some reason. In terms of like the game. There you are, my friend. Everyone has assembled, so let us begin. Doesn't look like everybody. Oh, this isn't the meeting that we were talking about. This is something before. Okay.
If we are to ready ourselves for invasion, we shall need manpower, provisions, and time, all of which are in notably short supply.
Candid as ever, you giddy, and correct, I concede. Fortunately, I have an idea. "'Tis plain no single nation can stand against the might of the Empire. And it was only with the aid of others that Dorma succeeded in winning her freedom. So, I mean to take a leaf out of our Eorzean friends' book and form an alliance of our own. In addition to those with whom we already share an understanding, I would reach out to Hingashi and Suinosato, and further afield to the myriad peoples of Nangsha and Dalmasca.
Interesting.
I am under no illusion. Not all will answer the call. Yet disparate though we may be, we are united in our desire for freedom. If our neighbors could be made to see what is at stake, Asian machinations and all, cooperation need not be so far-fetched a notion.
It may even seem practical. Under the guidance of our former leader, Master Louis Soir, we once strove to unite the fractious city-states of Eorzea. I dare say that experience shall be of use in your endeavor.
We should be glad of your wisdom.
For the record, I would have been in favor of this plan even if it hadn't been my grandfather's, but I have to ask, how will we secure the time to carry it out? Not that anyone has forgotten, but the Garleans have airships. Lots and lots of airships. Should they catch wind of our plan, they could send an armada to overwhelm us before our alliance had even begun to take shape.
Not if we deny them access to the skies.
Would we do that?
During our time in the Burn, the Warrior of Light and I chanced upon some Allagan ruins.
Oh?
As such ruins go, they were not particularly unusual, but something about the surrounding land struck me as odd. Faint though it was, its ethereal residue was uncannily similar to that of Azizlar. Identical, in fact. For locations so far removed to share a single etheric signature is all but impossible. I conclude, therefore, that the Allagans created the floating continent with land taken from the Burn.
While that is a most intriguing theory, I fail to see what relevance it has to Dorma's defense.
Azizlar was enclosed in a powerful energy barrier. impenetrable even to an Agrius-class battleship. It occurred to me that those ruins may have enjoyed similar protection. I have no proof, but the Warrior of Light did report seeing a structure resembling other known Allagan field generators.
All right. But even if we could put up such an energy barrier, it surely wouldn't extend beyond the limits of the burn. So what's to stop the Garleans flying around it?
Fuel. The Dalmascan capital, Rabanasta, was a key imperial refueling point in the east. By laying waste to it as a lesson to the rest, the Empire greatly hindered its own operations in the region. If an imperial fleet were to advance upon Doma, it would now have little choice but to travel, as the crow flies, over the burn.
I see.
A word of caution. Even assuming the generator still functions, raising a barrier of such a scale will require a prodigious amount of energy. And few places are so bereft of suitable crystals as the burn.
A source of energy. Tell me, did the Allagans make a habit of launching things into the sky?
Ooh.
A curious question. Besides Aziz's La, I know of only one other notable instance. The Red Moon Dalamud, whose fall triggered the calamity.
The moon.
Just the 2 occasions, you say? Then I believe I may have a solution to our energy problem.
You do?
I may. To find out for sure, we would need to visit the Azim Steppe.
Very fun.
Which would, I now see, present the perfect opportunity to discuss an alliance with the Zayla tribes. How very neat. What say you then? Shall we see whither this road leads?
Oh, very neat. I will be back in just a quick second. Just a super quick restroom break. Just a minute, be right back. space. Or overlay loaded correctly the first time. How very unusual. It is settled then. I will journey to the Azim Steppe with the Scions. Yuri and Hakuro will leave our other neighbors to you. My apologies, but I won't be joining you. I am no etherologist, and what skills I do possess are unlikely to be of any great use to the mission. But more importantly, it seems to me that the ruins in the burn warrant attention. And so, while you are away securing an energy source, I will engage our friends at Garland Ironworks to undertake a complete overhaul of the field generators. We'll need them in good working order if our plan is to succeed. I trust there are no objections. Have care on the steppe. From what I hear, the Zayla like fighting with friends almost as much as foes. Good luck. I mean, I'm also Zayla, but that's fine. Just the three of us then. Very well. Will I make first for reunion? Yay. That is somewhere I will be happy to return to, so. I love this area so much that I was back here, was doing some side quests the other day, which I know I need to be doing, like, everywhere. But I have trouble following through with that, and I was taking pictures with the aggressively cute little sheep. Come on, little sheep, let me in there. Oh, I didn't even get to see the sleeping ones. They're so cute. I know there's a mount of them somewhere, and I have no idea. I don't remember where it said I could get it, but I'm sure it's not easy. But I would love that. That is so cute. That is like the all-time like mount that I would really like. So cute. I remember when I first saw, I don't know, wherever that type of animal shows up in the world first, and I saw that, I was like, I cannot kill them. There's no way. They're just so cute. So this is the Azim Steppe. The tails do not do it justice. If you think the view is impressive here, wait until we reach higher ground. Actually, seeing as it's your first visit, permit me to show you my favorite spot. I bet that's where we found him. That was so long yet so recent. So long ago yet so recent. You get it through the firmament, I think. I think I remember seeing something about that when I looked it up. All the more reason to do that, I guess, for my crafters and do it for the sheep.
I will never tire of this vista. The endless fields, the boundless skies. 'Tis a sight to make a man forget his cares.
But not his purpose, I trust. Might this be a fitting moment to tell us what we are doing here?
Of course. During my time with the mole, I learned some few myths of this land. One goes thus. In the distant past, when all seemed doomed, a wayfaring soul came unto the steppe. Venturing into the northern crag, he received of Nama a sliver of her essence, a shard of the shining moon, and with it clove the tainted land from the earth. The end thus averted, to these fields did the wayfaring soul return, and venturing once more into the northern crag, he buried the shard, and made unto the heavens an offering of blood.
A tainted land cloven from the earth and an offering of blood to the heavens. Azizlar and Dalamud.
That was my thinking, yes.
And you believe that yonder mountains hide an artifact possessed of sufficient power to raise Azizlar up to the heavens. I suppose that might suffice.
Worth a closer look, would you say?
I would.
Moon. From here, we shall travel to Mol Eo. There we may ask Serena about the particulars of the myth and raise the matter of an alliance with the rulers of the steppe. Love these patch quests. They're really nice. I didn't expect such an engaging story from them. I don't know why. But they're really good. I've really been enjoying them. I think the trials and the dungeons in them so far have been really nice as well. Purple. You can see the progress and learning that the dev team has gone through with each expansion and patch, for sure. You can tell it just gets like better and better with each milestone, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I know what you mean. Ian Muconix, I'm glad of your visit and the opportunity to welcome a new friend. How may we serve you? Serena is best mole. Absolutely. She's wonderful. I loved all the characters that we met here. It was really nice. It was a good time. There's a matter I would discuss with the mole. It concerns not only the peoples of the steppe, but every land in the Far East. A shard of the shining moon left behind by a wayfaring soul. And you need this to protect our lands? I do. My friends and I wish to find the shard and ascertain the extent of its power. Will you tell me more of the place where it lies buried? This northern crag? Gregory. That is your wish. In the mountains to the north, there is a cavern called the House of the Crooked Coin. Inside this cavern are pillars of stone that legend hold to be the source of Nama's power. There, I believe, you will find what you seek. Ah, yes, I know the place. 'Tis a brisk walk from here. What are your thoughts on an alliance? Should the Empire return, our lands will be engulfed in a storm of conflict, whether we will it or no. If we do not stand together, we will fall apart. This I believe with all my heart. However, among the tribes of the steppe, there are those who revere Nama above all else. To them the pillars are sacred and not to be disturbed. Should you proceed as you propose, such tribes are likely to spurn an alliance, prompting others to follow their example. That is my concern. But it is by no means certain that the pillars will provide the power you seek. Ere you risk the ire of the followers of Nama, might you not first visit the House of the Crooked Coin? If all is as you hope, you may then consider how best to earn their blessing. I thank you for your counsel. We will do as you suggest. I have no desire to give the offense to those with whom I would join hands. Thank you for your understanding. Though the mole may reign over the steppe today, this decision will shape the days to come, and we will not force others into war against their will. Nor we. 100-fold stronger are they who choose to fight of their own accord. Dola. The will of Damun. It seems the time has come to put my skills to use. Pray lead the way to the House of the Crooked Coin. How far are we going? Oh, not far. That's right, Ian said it was but a brisk walk, I believe. Cute. I suppose we'll go around the other way. Once I am caught up in the story, or maybe just a little bit on the side when I want to do some stuff with crafting. I've already done quite a bit with the Moogle Beast tribes, but I kind of like to choose them based on the cool stuff you can get, like the mounts. Does anybody have a favorite Beast tribe mount that maybe I should look into? I do not know most of them. Especially the ones for later expansions.
Such an abundance of ether.
Are we in luck?
We are. This is an Allegan artifact, most likely built to regulate the flow of ether.
2 words for beast tribe, the Namazu. Okay. Noted, thank you. Dwarfs. A second. Okay. Cool. I'll have to look up those beast tribes and their mount when I get off here later. You.
I strongly suspect the ancients used it to stem the flow from here to the burn. That would explain how they were able to untether what became Azizlar from its surroundings. But were we to throw open the floodgates, the resultant deluge would surely be sufficient to raise our wall. And in restoring the flow, we may also restore life to the wasteland.
What is it?
While the device itself harbors a surfeit of ether, the opposite is true of the surrounding area. An effect of regulation, perhaps. A similar phenomenon seemed to be occurring in Doma. Whatever the explanation, the answer will not reveal itself here. We have seen what we needed to see. Let us return to Mol Ilo.
A close second, yes. Plus to both is they are good for 60 to 70 and 70 to 80. Nice. Take a while for the... I guess I've only really done anything for the Moogle Beast tribe, which I know is crafting. Like the tiniest bit for the sylphs, I think. I know that wasn't crafting. I don't know which one is, if they're like split evenly or if it's more common for them to be crafting or otherwise. Nice. The crafting ones will definitely be my favorite then, since mine are so behind. It'll take the rest of my crafting classes a bit to get up there, but my weaver is 60, so nearly 61, I think. It made the crafting leveling much more accessible. Nice. The Ixal are the Realm Reborn Crafter tribe. The mount from them is a wolf. Cool. Nice. That is a lot of good information to take in, and I will definitely look into all of those. I haven't looked into any of the ones from Stormblood since I pretty much have just been going through the story. You found that which you seek then? Great indeed is the Dusk Mother's power. If not, less will suffice to protect our lands. The blessing of the other tribes must now be sought. Of course, but to which tribes should we appeal? There are many who worship Nama, but none are so fervent in their faith as the Dotharl. Their consent shall be the key. The Ditharl. Police spoke of them. A warlike tribe possessed of unique customs and beliefs. I sense their cooperation will not be easily won. Nay, but it will be well worth the effort. The Ditharl fear nothing, death least of all, and our alliance would be greatly strengthened by their presence. Let us go to Ditharl Ka and treat their Khatun, Ladu. I'm so excited to see her. Yay. Love, love, love her. Love her. Probably could have attuned to that. That would have made things a lot easier. Maybe we will... I think we will take a little bit of a detour to attune to this for next time, because it looks like we didn't even touch that half of the map somehow. Those are cute. They literally just look like bushes, but somehow they remind me of Shaman. That Pokemon. It's just their little shape. They're very cute. Landform, I guess. Or not, I guess. I don't want to take us a ton out of our way, so I'll just have to figure out how to get there a different time. That's okay. No flying here yet? Nope. Gotta get a time to run around and collect my Aether Currents off stream, because I know that'd be super boring. Nope. I know I definitely should prioritize that more, but I was just really into the story. Okay. You again? Other matters demand our time, Kagan. Unless it is battle you seek. Alas not. Quite the opposite, in fact. Talking, always talking. You say the pillars hold great power? Of course they do. They're the source of Nama's strength. To the Ditharl, no place is more sacred, and we will make ash of any who would defile it, though I see this is not your wish. You see the wisdom of our proposition, then? You will join hands with us? I said nothing of joining hands. You wish to wield Nama's power to defend these lands, and this I will allow. But for leaving the steppe to fight the men in iron, I would have something in return. Namely battle with you, Kagan. The Nadam ended ere it began. I would face you again, alone, without distractions. Defeat me, prove yourself the stronger, and you shall have the Ditharl as your allies. Surely these are agreeable terms. Well, this is a not wholly unexpected turn of events, though I had assumed I would be the one required to fight. Alas, the Khatun has made her choice. I wonder if that's just because I'm a dancer, or just the dialogue. Either way, it's nice. Ah, it should be a battle the steppe shall not soon forget. Ah, already my soul burns brighter. Prepare yourself, Kagan, and await me outside the Ka. I will gather my witnesses and join you anon. Okay. You'll hear no complaining from me. The Wheel of the Moon. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I'll definitely go around and pick up some ether currents. Just got caught up in trying to power through the story. This is gonna be good. I love her, so I'm pretty excited.
Yes! This spot shall serve as well as any. I shall enjoy this Han.
Oh goodness. Not me forgetting how to pronounce everything here. My bad.
Is this truly necessary? Have you no peaceable way of making decisions?
Such devastation is her intent. Definitely.
Speak not of peace. You stand before proud warriors of the Ditharl. In the heat of battle do our souls burn brightest. We lay low the strong that we may rise higher.
All right.
That is our way. The way of might. There is no other.
Oh, they do not want for conviction.
Indeed, it's what makes them such dangerous enemies and such useful allies.
Enough talk! It is time to fight!
Her weapon is so beautiful. That's so awesome. just hope it actually doesn't slow down like crazy in the beginning. I thought that seemed a little easy for her. Oh goodness. Mayhap I shouldn't have used my technical step so quick. Oh my goodness. Looks so cool though, I'm not even mad, so. Do they? Ooh. Thank you. I don't think that's very fair. I thought it was a one-to-one battle. Ooh. Where'd she go? Oh, she's right there. Ah. That was close. Nope, go there. Sorry for not talking much. I'm pretty concentrated on this one. It's so fun though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. You know what meteor impact means. I know it won't be good. Oh. Ah, get out, get out, get out. No, what? Was there anything I could do to the meteor? Or did I just have to defeat her before it happens? Because if I was supposed to do something to the meteor, that was my bad. But that's okay. It's fun. Honestly, don't mind having to do it again. I was actually going to say that a few seconds ago. I was going to say if this is one that I had to redo, I wouldn't be that mad. Just need to down the tethered ads a little quicker. Okay, thank you. Those be the big giant ones that she spawned at the same time as the ones like these? That's my bad. The ones that were like those, but in the other wave, I guess. We gotta go. Oh, these. Yeah, for the meteor. Okay, thank you. Yarg. All right. Okay. Okay, yeah. I accidentally may have paid like 0 attention to these. Oh no, not those. Oh, get back here. Can't get them. Oh, okay, now I guess I see. Okay. I guess that was it. Goodness. That was fun though.
Yes! Yes! Not since the Nardum has my soul burned so! Come! We have only just begun!
What?
Enough! You were not granted leave to set the steppe ablaze.
Yeah, she is definitely crazy, but I love her.
sun has come out to play.
Be gone, Moonstruck Oranir! I am busy!
I don't know what that says about my taste, but whatever.
Fool of a Dothal! Have you forgotten the face of your master already? The sun will never set! From his seat on high, he reigns over all, now and forever. Yet what should he find here but a battle to determine the fate of the steppe? A battle waged without his blessing. This will not stand.
A great character, very different from most we've met. Yeah, she is. She really stood out from, like, when we first met her.
You, Doman! You who come to petition the warriors of this land, forget that all Nama's children are wards of the Oranir. As first among my brothers, your petition is mine alone to judge.
I knew he was gonna have to get in our way at some point. So stinky.
Ugh, these words are as wind from a horse's backside. Plentiful, but your axe sings more sweetly. Let her speak for you.
Insolent child, you will learn your place!
Be nice.
Forgive me, Brother Magni, but we have an arrangement with the Dothal. We will not abide any interruptions.
So be it. The sun will pass judgment on all. Didakul, join me.
No way.
The sun is in good company. We may dance alone.
Beg not for mercy, for you will have none. Bear witness to the power and the glory of Azim!
We could do this or what?
Constantly at each other's throats like rabid dogs. Gods, I'm turning into her. I have not the patience for this. But if we must fight, let us at least be brief. Come.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Oh, were you Shola? Okay. Interesting. Damage. Okay. Enough for me. Okay, that's a DOT, so...
Kneel or die! Bow down before me! Kneel or die!
It's okay. Damn. that's nice. I like that. Am I supposed to be keeping him alive? Yes, probably.
Concentrate.
Ooh, jeez. I like how I asked that right before I was supposed to heal him. Oh, you put my DOT back on him? He'd heal me. And he is doing awful, of course. Not personally, just health-wise. Jeez. I'm not attacking the right person. Ooh. No.
Bow down before me.
Okay, or not.
Mark well and learn.
Kneel or die.
Jeez. It's hardly a second to relax, but it's really fun. I would say that's where I notice a lot of the big difference between this and some of the older content.
Down before me.
Is it is just so, I don't know, like the fights with like other NPCs are just so much more fun. Ooh, jeez. I think he'll be dead before he gets to cast that. Oh, jeez.
Let us be about it.
Let us be about it indeed. Oh. Sorry, I'm very into this fight. It's really fun.
Aoife, to me. Have at you.
That was honestly really cool. I'm really enjoying the ability to play as other characters. I think it makes you feel more attached to them. Not that I don't already feel attached to them, but you know what I mean. Dola is definitely OP.
Never have I felt such bliss in defeat. 'Twas a battle to burn soul and flesh to ash. We Dothal will lend you our strength as promised. Narma's power is yours to wield. What does the sun say to that?
Best scene of the expansion coming up. Alright. Excitement's good. Just please don't spoil anything for me. I'm very I find it very important to be surprised by things, so that's all I ask. I don't mind hype.
The sun is not driven
Okay,
by
good.
base
Never spoil it. It's cool.
But they have been judged and found worthy. It is the way of the Oranir to accord recognition and respect to the strong. You have made sufficient proof of your strength. The sun shall answer your call.
You have our thanks. We are glad to call you allies.
You? By what are you called?
Meow.
You stole her. Why?
Are you
Is she?
my Nama?
He's always shooting his shot.
I beg your pardon?
In battle, you shone with all the majesty of the full moon's light. Your healing touch, the embodiment of the Dusk Mother's love. Long had I wondered if my Nama might not be a woman of the steppe. Beholding you, I am all but certain. Now, look into my eyes. Could it be? Could you be?
I am. Not interested, little son. Try again when you've become a man.
Burn. Savage. You stole us, completed the burn. Man, is that what you were talking about? Oh man. That's so funny. I expected something big to happen.
Little?
There's more.
Little son! Little son!
Oh man. I was waiting for this part. I can see why.
Pain you, little son. Crave you salve to soothe the ache. Fire to sear the wound in your heart.
We have wasted enough time here. Cyrano waits for word of our success.
She said, these bitches done fighting already, please? Much epic indeed. It was so funny. You had not only to contend with Sadhu, but Magnai too. Such a fierce battle that must have been. Yet here you stand, triumphant. Having passed such a test, yet not well deny you their allegiance. If they ever stop fighting, maybe. The mole will make no such demands. Weak though we are, we will gladly stand with you. The steppe is our home. We will defend it with all our being. You have my heartfelt thanks. Of all the tribes of the steppe, there's none I would rather have at my side. God's willing, many more will rally to our cause. I shall send your word when we have answers from all the tribes. I cannot thank you enough, Cyrena. None of this would have been possible without you. We have the requisite consent. It is time to put Nama's power to use. If the Aether flows as planned, all that remains is to have the Ironworks engineers do their work at the ruins. Come, let us return to the house of the Crooked Coin. That would have been a good stopping point, but I really feel like stopping. We've been getting through about a patch a stream, and I feel like that's a decent pace. This quest should be the end of 4.4. Perfect. That would be an excellent stopping point then. I think we had one quest at the beginning of today's stream that was left over from 4.3, maybe? Because we got the achievement after that one. I shall begin at once. You may wish to step back. And of course, we stream on Sunday. Our focus will not be story for the most part, so... And we may very well get to Shadowbringers next week. Oh. That's wild. Always seems so like far away and like inobtainable for me, I guess. The look of these pillars kind of reminds me of, Azura's star? I don't know. Just the way it's shaped, kind of.
It did. Ether may flow freely to the burn once more.
I do not pretend to understand what you did, Stola, but you did it. Thanks to you and Muconix, of course, we've taken a momentous step towards securing our defenses. Now, as much as I believe a rest is in order, we should probably make haste back to the Enclave. Agreed. The others may have They already have returned from their missions. I would know how things stand. As would I. Without further ado, then. I believe the last patch before Shadowbringers is technically 2, but they have like the same name. It's like a 2-part patch. And I think we are leading up to a very cool end of this storyline. Or at least leading up to Shadowbringers. It's been so awesome so far. Judging by your triumphant expressions, I take it all went well on the Azim step. Indeed, we have secured a suitable source of energy for the barrier. Good. Tataru and I have commissioned Garland Ironworks to ensure that the field generators function as they should. A team of engineers stand ready to set out for the burn at a moment's notice. We need only say the word. I thank you for engaging their services on our behalf. Minutiae of the arrangement you may leave to me. Which just leaves the small matter of our alliance. So, Yugiri and Hakuto, how fared you with our neighbors? My lord, all of the factions we approached are in agreement that the Empire poses a threat, and many responded positively to talk of an alliance. From Hingashi to Suino Sato, however, we received outright rejections. The former will not break its treaty with the Empire, and the latter will not involve itself in conflict. Just as we expected, then. Well, there is naught to be done about it. We must focus on the rest. To each of the nations that were amenable to an alliance, I will personally send a missive. And once I've attended to that, I believe we will have done everything we can to fortify Doma's defenses, for the time being at least. All of which means I may leave for the meeting in Alamigo with a lighter heart. Yugiri, Hakuto, if you would be so kind as to hold the fort in my absence. My friends, we could not have achieved so much in so little time without your help. For that, I give you my heartfelt thanks. Till the meeting, then. I took the liberty of asking Thancred to attend as well. He should have arrived in the Alamican quarter by now. Then let us not keep him waiting, shall we? To the Alamican quarter. Forgive me, I still get pretty lost here. I don't know why. Strolla has told me all. I duly told Rianger and Kryle. Kryle in particular was concerned about Alphino, but I assured her everything that can be done is being done. She agreed to continue with her own tasks for the time being, on the condition that I contact her the moment there is any development. So that leaves 4 of us to attend the council. Arnvald is here to assist with the security. Incidentally, the poor lad seems altogether too distracted for the task. Another one missing Alphino, I suspect. Ah, but it's almost time. As soon as you are ready, present yourself to the guardsmen at the palace entrance. I shan't be far behind. But it's a good stopping point. There's more requests after this one, but it's a good stopping point at the end of this one. Okay. Cool. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Welcome to Alamigo. The Alliance leaders have already arrived. May I show you to the meeting chamber? We get some cutscenes. Alright, let's go, I guess. Where is he?
Mistress Lys, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together. In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council. I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alphino. Would that the lad could be with us.
Does Nanamo use a booster seat? Maybe. I guess she's got those little cushions stacked, I suppose. A good point. Maybe she has her own chair, specially made.
I too owe my presence here to Alphino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Come, friends, let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, tell us how things stand in the East.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways. If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations.
But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
What a nice word.
The Ascians.
Indeed. All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic: subterfuge.
You have an idea?
Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Just as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent, family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however. There is no shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces would be too enticing to ignore.
Is Fordola still just in a cell? I haven't heard from her in a bit. Just remembered she existed.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
You believe so? Okay, cool. Just forgot about her.
I am no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
I'm for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Oh my goodness.
That way. Sorrow.
I feel like that's what our normal headaches look like. True cool.
History must be changed.
Come here. Come here. Sim.
Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
There's a voice.
Just me.
Spies in our midst? Nay, I sense no such presence.
Let expanse contract. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Is it over?
Master Thancred!
12 for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready. Swiftly!
Everything's fine.
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
Connie is not messing around. For good reason.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, my lady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse. You're to let us know the moment there's any change, all right?
Didn't say.
Thank you for coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
Wouldn't
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say, rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors. Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. called.
Soul?
Called.
I myself examined Thancred. Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul. That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether, a consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian Lahabrea.
The curse of the banana continues. This is a serious moment. Just kidding. Banana
The
folk.
owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
I know not. Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
Thank you, Lys. As the Elder Seedseer says, 'tis no ordinary individual we are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
I just tried to call Urianger on his link pearl. He didn't respond, but I dare to hope that he possesses some knowledge we do not. Ah, Urianger. Something happened during the meeting. Thancred's collapse. A disembodied voice suddenly started. What? That's... We should talk about this in person. Alright, we'll meet you there. That was Urianger. He heard the voice too. Danilin? As we alone were afflicted by the meeting, I had my suspicions. But if the voice also spoke to Urianger, there could be little doubt. The scions were targeted specifically. By whom and to what end is the question. One to which we must find an answer with all the possible haste. Nice. Okay, I think that is definitely a good stopping point for tonight. We have, I believe, you guys said one more quest in 4.4, and then Monday we're doing the first raid at least, the 24-man Realm Reborn raids. Make sure I get those unlocked before the stream so we don't have to do that. Maybe. I mean, I guess it does make more sense to unlock them on stream. Anyways, we're gonna do that. Hit up the golden saucer a little bit. At least check out the jumbo cactbot. I just bought my tickets tonight. I almost forgot. So that's just always a big deal for me for the weekend. So we're gonna do that. Just some fun stuff. Just a little bit of, well, I don't know, you will get those done in time. maybe finish the patch quest. Who knows? I don't know, but we're definitely returning to those regardless Monday. But yeah, we will be here Sunday. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for attending the stream and the help with everything. I had a ton of fun. I'm gonna put my socials on here in just a second. I always post if anything changes. It doesn't usually, but every now and then. And the extra streams, like we are doing Sunday. If it changes to Saturday for any reason, I will make that known. But I'll post all of those there, and we will be here for our extra stream Sunday. Same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I always have my schedule, which and with like the little countdowns too, so really easy to find. And besides that, yes, I will see you guys then. Thank you to everyone who helped out in the stream and hung out. I had an awesome time, and I will see you back here hopefully again soon. Good night, everybody. Nice night. Good night. Thank you. And Simba says good night as well, because he's in the mod. He picked a good timing though. We're done. Night, everybody.